And we are here going live. Good evening, beautiful souls, soul sisters, rising sisters, anyone that's actually here to find out what's going on with Anne-Marie. Well, my name is Dr. Anne-Marie, and I am a clinical hypnotherapist and empowerment and confidence life coach. And my joy and my passion is to empower women to be free of the chains of the past, to let themselves free from the prisons of their own minds, which keep them stuck and unfulfilled. And I do that in a variety of ways. And that's why I'm here this evening, to really give you clarity about the journeys that I am offering over the next 3 months, because I feel there is some confusion. And the confusion lies around, do I have to be black? Do I have to be white? What do I have to be able to take advantage of any of the offers that Anne-Marie is speaking about? So I thought it would be helpful for you and for me to be really clear about what it is that's coming up in the Get Ready to Rise group over the next 3 months. Well, let's start with the Soul Sisters Rising Get Ready to Rise program that we have, which is going to be launched on the 7th to the 13th of June. That's going to be here in Get Ready to Rise. If you are watching here in Get Ready to Rise, that's where it's going to be. And it is a journey of, at this time, we're all coming out, we're re-emerging out of lockdown, and we really want to maximize our time. We feel like we've lost so much time within the last 2 years, that we've been stuck and we've been holding on to waiting. Are we allowed to do this? Are we allowed to do that? So for those ladies that have really maybe done some inner work on yourself and decided, I am going to go and get life with both hands, I just need a little bit of support, a little bit of oomph, a little bit of confidence on how I can do that and feel comfortable doing that. So that's what Get Ready to Rise is. It's a 5-day challenge. It's absolutely free. And you will be empowered to make a decision about going forward in your life and taking the next step, whatever that is. Okay, so that's Get Ready to Rise. Now, at the end of the Get Ready to Rise program, I am going to be launching 3 SisterShip journeys. And I need to tell you what SisterShip journeys are, because I think there is some confusion here. So if you know me, you will know that I offer personal development programs, Be the Real You and Flow. Both of these programs are about reconnecting to who you really are, understanding the reasons why you are here, and helping you to define what you want out of life for the rest of your life that's going to make you happy and take you to that place of joy where you are just living a life of ease and grace, and everything is just natural. It just feels like this is exactly the life I should be living. Oh, it's joyous, okay? And that's what those 2 personal development programs are about. And the reason why I have created them, because for my journey, I was very much stuck in what other people told me about myself, who I was, what I should, what I shouldn't. And I just lost me. I didn't know who I was. And so I set about training to be a clinical hypnotherapist, a life coach, a parent and youth mentor. But if I'm honest with you, all of those titles that I'm telling you, Dr. Anne-Marie Wickham, Doctor of Philosophy, all of those titles are just the surface of the work that I've done, the inner work of living, just living life, of how can I navigate myself through life to get the very best out of it every day. That's what I trained to do those things for, so that I can maximize my enjoyment. And I've been very, very successful in delivering these programs, Be the Real You and Flow. I love my work. I love seeing the transformation. I've just had an hour conversation with a beautiful lady called Jane, who's coming to work with me, who asked me, what do you do? And I had such great joy in sharing with her exactly what I do with my clients. But then what happened? I work with some beautiful, powerful, ambitious ladies that want the very best out of their life. But what happened was, after the 8 sessions that they did with me, Be the Real You or Flow, many of them felt that the social circles that they were in, perhaps it was their parents, perhaps it was their partner, perhaps it was their children, didn't understand them anymore. They were almost talking in a foreign language. And these ladies become to get very, just discombobulated with that. And so I would spend a lot of time speaking with them, because obviously I understand where they're at, right? Because I was on the journey with them. And we'd have lots of conversations. But what I felt was, I can't give these ladies enough of my time because I'm onboarding new clients, but yet I'm still trying to nurture the old clients, because not because they needed nurturing, but because they had nowhere else to go. No one else that understood them. No one else that understood the journey that they've been on. They weren't in those kind of circles. Some of them had never done things like Reiki or crystal healing, or didn't understand all those kind of esoteric things that I introduced them to along the way. They're very comfortable with it now. So then I had to think, how can I allow these ladies to keep traveling with me, but not at the same intensity, because obviously their programs had finished. So I wanted to be able to still pour love, knowledge, care into them, but in a way that was more manageable, that wasn't taking so much of my time and they weren't feeling rejected. So I looked around earlier this year and I discovered SisterShip circles. And really, I'm going to be honest with you, I really only wanted to use SisterShip circles as a vehicle for signposting my women to another group where they could converse with each other. They could learn the art and skills of not just integrating with me with their newfound knowledge, but integrating with other sisters that were, evening, Kim, glad you're here. I wanted to integrate them with other sisters that were on the same journey as them, because that's what we all want, right? You know, think about who you were at school. You wanted to gravitate towards the people that reflected who you were. And even as adults, even as big women, we still do that. We want to be in a crowd that accepts us and understands the way we think and understands the way we operate. So I started a SisterShip circle. I trained to be a SisterShip circle facilitator. Blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. I can tell you now, it wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting just to go in, observe, learn how to do it, and then set up my own SisterShip circle, and that would be that. So you would come to me, you'd work with Be the Real You, learn how to be you, and then you'd learn how to be you in a group of other people. That was the plan. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Sounds quite sensible, yeah? Except it didn't work out like that. And the reason why it didn't work out like that, because I had no clue what SisterShip circles were. And I have now been in SisterShip circle for 11 weeks. I think it's absolutely amazing. And it's taught me how to be a SisterShip facilitator. And so now I decided that my next journey for my clients was going to be into a SisterShip circle where they would learn how to use these empowered skills, these new qualities of assertiveness, of confidence, of feeling amazing, that they could then practice these skills with other women who are on the same journey, so that when they went back out into the big wide world, the world that they feel rejected them, that's why they come to me, because they feel alone, isolated and rejected, that I could give them the skills to be able to go back into the world and say, hey, I'm back. And this time I'm back as me. And I'm showing up as me. And, you know, you have your opinions, but I have my opinions too. And now this is a whole different energy that I'm carrying. This is an energy of me totally stepping into my power. And if that means that I'm going to have to tell you something that you didn't want to hear about yourself, I'm really sorry. I'm doing it out of love. You know, having those powerful conversations. The door is just knocked and I'm not even going to answer it. So that's what SisterShip circles are about. Except that when I started this journey, I can tell you now, I've done a lot of personal development in my life, not just trained personal development, but actually from a child, I've been learning how to be me. So I've been doing this for absolutely years. So I'm so sorry. So I've been doing this for a very long time, and I've never, ever, ever, ever experienced anything like sister circles. I can tell you now, I didn't realize how much I had to learn about integrating with other women. And you might all think, yeah, I'm really good with other women. I'm very good with other women too, except that for me, and only for me, I could really connect on a soul level when I was in control of that relationship. That's okay. When I was in control of that relationship, and what I wanted to be able to do is I wanted to be able to integrate within a group of women and not be the smartest person in the room, because as I always have been, because I needed that control, because I didn't want to be rejected. I wanted to be able to be part of a group where we were equal, where we each taught something to each other, where we trusted each other to tell our truths, to tell our honesty, to tell our fears, to tell our shames from way back when we were young. This was really, really hard for me. I stayed very aloof for almost three, 4 sessions. I stayed aloof. I just observed. I just chipped in when I wanted to. And on the 4th session, I've told you this before, I broke down. They broke me down so they could build me up again. And that has been the most powerful experience ever. And I'm a strong woman. You know that. I've always been a strong woman. And yet this circle reduced me to a child, because it allowed me to resolve all of those childhood issues that I'd experienced with other women. Not the ones that I'd experienced for myself, the rejection, the abandonment, the not being loved. I did that. That's okay. I could do that for myself. But what I couldn't do is heal how I was going to have empowering, equal relationships with other women, because I always felt that I was an outsider, because I was in care, because I was ugly, because I had glasses. There was a million reasons why I felt that I wasn't good enough to integrate and be part of a group, and feel that I was a valuable part of that group, and feel that I could say, oh, you know what, I don't fancy doing that this week. How about doing this? That I could make suggestions as well. I just followed the crowd. Does that sound familiar? Follow the crowd. Yeah. Isn't that what we're seeing a lot of right now? People too scared to speak up and speak their truth. And that's, you know, the inner work that I did for myself certainly did that. But the circle, Sister Circle, has really empowered my voice when I'm speaking to other women, when I can speak my truth without fear of rejection within a Sister Circle. It's a beautiful medicine. It's a beautiful experience. So I've created a Sister Circle, which every single woman in this group, everyone, there were 12 spots, but everyone out of those 12 spots can come and join me. And the journey is 8 weeks long, and it's beautiful. And you will meet connected sisters. You will meet like-minded women that have the same fears and worries as you, but that they want to resolve them with other sisters just like you. So I really do invite you, if you've already done your personal development work and you feel empowered, because I'll tell you what, if you haven't done your inner journey yourself, you might struggle a little bit. I've watched women in my circle who are for the first time going through all of this pain that's really debilitating them. And sometimes they're not able to do the work of the circle because they're still in that pain of actually understanding who they are. Does that make sense? So it's not inconceivable that if you haven't done any personal work that you could come into the circle, but it really helps if you have done some personal work and you know who you are. Okay? But it's not a no. There are 12 places from my circle. Soul Sisters Rising. Soul Sisters Rising. Being connected with women who really want to make a change, a difference in the world, who want to become the change that they want to see in the world, who really want to stand by the way they live, the way they serve, the way they show up in the world, that they just want to be authentic, and they don't want to be a fake spiritual person. They want to be real. That's the women that work with me. Somebody said to me today, and it kind of upset me, but they said, "Cool, you know, I've cried a lot lately on social media." Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but I do cry a lot on social media. You know why? Because I'm real, because I speak my truth. And if I'm hurting in my heart, or if there is a pain, or if there is emotion, or if there is joy, I'm going to show it. I don't feel the need to have silent tears in my bedroom. No, I do not. If I'm feeling something, I'm going to say truthfully how I'm feeling. Do you do that? I don't know. If you do, well done you, because we should all be able to speak our truth and show our emotions. That's what's got the world in so much trouble. People not being able to speak or show their emotions, hiding their emotions with anger, with aggression, with unkind words, with war. That's how people have shown their emotions. They haven't been able to be true and show love. They've masked it with all these negative emotions of, you know, shame or envy, when all they just want to say is, I just want to be loved. That's all they want. That's all they want. That's all of us want. So I've created the Soul Sister Rising Journey. It starts on, I'm going to look at my big super pad, because I've written all of this down. Soul Sisters Rising is on the 17th of June to the 30th of September. And it's 8 beautiful sessions, right? Oh, no, that's one-to-one journeys. Sorry, I got it wrong. Do excuse me. I'm human. The Soul Sister Rising SisterShip Journey is the 7th of July until the 25th of August. And it's 8 8 sessions. Now, that's for every woman in this group. Are we clear? Every single black, white, short, tall, thin, fat, thin and curvy. I don't like fat. Every woman, every single woman in this group has an opportunity to come with me on the Soul Sisters Rising journey. 8 sessions. Now, this is where the confusion has come about. I am also offering a journey for my Nubian sisters. What's Nubian, Anne-Marie? Nubian is the very polite word for a black woman, right? For a black woman. And this journey needs to happen because what I want to explain to you, and I really hope you're going to be patient with me for this, right? There are black women and there are white women. We are all women. We are all women. We all cry the same. Well, my cry's a little bit ugly, but that's okay. We all feel the same emotions of hurt, of rejection, of love, of euphoria, of joy, of shame. We all have the same emotions, but we all feel those emotions for different things. And those journeys of the white woman and the black woman and the Asian woman, they are all different journeys. Now, if that feels uncomfortable for you, then you probably need to come on a sister journey with me, right? Because I was uncomfortable saying this yesterday. Today, I'm not uncomfortable, right? It's the truth. We have different wounds. White women, when they are worried, scared, or rejected, act in it, are worried and scared and rejected about different things than what black women are. And that's the only reason why I've done 2 journeys. I'm a black woman. And if you didn't know, both of my parents are from St. Vincent. I might look a shade lighter, but I am black. And I want to do this journey with these black sisters because I want to show them how they can embrace love and use that as the guiding force for everything they do. Because I feel that some of my black sisters have been forced into a situation where they've chosen career or money over being able to be their true authentic selves. There, I said it. Oh, I'm in trouble. No, I'm not in trouble. This is my truth. This is what I think, because I've done that too. And maybe there are some white women that done this too. But from my experience, and I was brought up as a white person because I was in care. And then I've had black sisters because I am black. So I've been in both sides. I've been and understand and hear the stories from both women. I've had the experience. So I can talk from my experience. And I know that those issues are different. Right now, I am in a sister circle and I'm the only black sister in my sister circle. So I'm hearing all the pain that these beautiful white ladies are going through. And they're all pretty similar. They are. So I know that for me, I'm okay because, as I say, I've lived both sides of the fence. I know what it's like. So I'm okay. But I know some black women might struggle in this group because the content is not the same and the overcoming the fears is not the same. Although the fears are the same, but the context is not the same. I don't want anybody. This should not be. Listen, this should not be the focus of these circles. The focus of these circles is that every woman gets an opportunity to connect with other sisters. And when we, black woman, white woman, Asian woman, have healed our wounds, our personal cultural wounds, because they're cultural, they're ancestral, when we have healed those, guess what? We can then rise up, Nubian sisters rising, soul sisters rising, Asian sisters rising. We can rise up and we can meet at the top. What as women? As women, because that's what we are truly. And the only reason why I'm creating these circles is because we need to be able to let all the other stuff go, all of the division, the color, the size. We have to let that go. But we can't do that if we haven't been told how to do it. And that's why I'm doing these journeys. So for those of you who may have thought, I'm not going to make any assumptions here, that I might have abandoned you, that'd be silly. Of course I wouldn't abandon you. I dedicate my life to you and your journey. I've given up my job, my safe job, because I truly believe this is my journey, my destiny, and I want to do it with you. And I want to facilitate you every opportunity to step in a safe and nurtured environment to hold your hand all the way to the other side, where there is love, where there is freedom, where there is liberation, where there is joy, where there is connection, where there is community. That's where I want to take you. And I will go on both of those journeys and I will learn along the way, and you will learn about each other, because at some point We're going to have a community of all of us beautiful ladies, irrespective of any context. We will be there as women. Why? Why am I doing this? Because I truly believe that we are going to save this world. We collectively, but we have to be prepared. We have to be schooled in how we can let go of our egos and connect heart to heart. Because you know what the journey is after us, you know, soul woman, black woman, Nubian sister, or, you know, once that journey is complete and we are all women, do you know what the next journey is? Feminine and masculine. We come together as women, united, and then we are in a position to unite with our masculine counterparts. It doesn't stop, because there has been a really big program that has been from time immemorial, that has been here to divide. Gender, color, size, age, shape. All of these things are divisions, because inside, whether you're 60 or you're 2, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're a male, whether you're a female, you've all got a heart that beats. And when that heart beats in unison, that's when we are free. When we allow ourselves to beat our hearts in unison, that's when we are free. And I did ask you, invite you to go and look up the 100th monkey philosophy, the understanding of how this is going to happen, because you might be thinking, bit woo-woo, Anne-Marie, sister circles, saving the world, very ambitious. You might think that. I thought that in the beginning too. I wasn't looking to save the world when I set up a sister circle. I was looking to give you a place to go so that you could reintegrate back with other sisters before we go into the world and change it with just being who we are. That's what sister circle was for me. It's totally changed. Why is it going to change the world? Because there is a thing called a tipping point. And I'm going to explain this very carefully to you. It's the 100th monkey philosophy, right? And that is, there were macaw monkeys in New Zealand. And these group of reporters and psychologists and scientists were studying how they worked as families, right? And what they noticed, every day they would chuck out all of these sweet potatoes onto the beaches so that the monkeys would come and they could study how they lived and communicated together. And what they noticed was one day that one of these monkeys would take her sweet potato, yeah, she was a female, take her sweet potato down to the sea, and she would wash the sweet potato in the sea. And they didn't know whether it was because she wanted to have it slightly salty. That would have been my guess, and I'm a woman. Or whether it's because she wanted to wash the dirt and the grit and the sand off. Could have been that too. But what they noticed was she did it every day. Then what they noticed was that she would then take the younger ones and she would show them how to do it. And before long, every single one of those monkeys on that island were washing their sweet potatoes and eating it exactly how she showed them how to do. Nice story, Anne-Marie. Not going to save the world though, is it? Well, that's where it gets interesting, because those monkeys on that island, right, who had never been to the other islands, right, they carried on doing what they were doing. But with the power of, you know, community consciousness, what they then noticed were other monkeys on the other islands started to do the same. Now, unless these monkeys were quickly sneaking off and getting a mobile phone and saying, I've got a really good idea how you can wash your potatoes and it's going to be really, really tasty. I don't think that happened. I think that it was a collective consciousness that allowed the other monkeys to tune in. And before long, every single monkey was washing their sweet potatoes. Can you see what we're talking about? The tipping point. And they say it was the 100th monkey that what's the word? We became the catalyst. The 100th monkey became the catalyst for this change global wide with all these monkeys. So there's a Dr. Shanola. I've got her book here. It's called The Millionth Circle. And she wrote this book and she created sister circles. And she wrote it because she observed this phenomenon in nature. And she thought if monkeys can do it, then we as human beings can do it. And that's why she set up sister circles, because she believes that on the millionth circle, we will create a tipping point where we will start this planet vibrating on a platform of love, and it will change everything. Now, You might not choose to believe what I've told you. You can go and look it up for yourself. You might not choose to believe it. You might think it's a bit woo-woo. You might think that could never happen. But can I ask you, what's your alternative? How are you significantly contributing to the world for positive change? See, that's the question, isn't it? It's easy to poo-poo something and say, no, oh, that's a load of rubbish. But if you're not part of the solution, you really are part of the problem. And that's why I've dedicated myself to this journey to create that beautiful tipping point. And that's why I'm inviting you, whether you are black, whether you are white, whether you are Asian, there is a circle I am offering you in the months of June and July. Soul Sisters Rising, all my beautiful people, all my beautiful ladies here, or the Nubian Sisters Rising. Now, this is the bit where you might feel a little bit, oh, Anne-Marie, that's not fair. That's the way it happened. I'm really sorry. I am currently also, I've been asked to contribute to a book. It's called Nubian Sisters. No, it's not. It's called Unchained Goddesses. A lovely lady called Leanne McDonald. She's asked me to contribute a chapter to this book. And I thought, wouldn't it be a great idea if we did a sister circle together? We can document our journey and then we can put our chapter in the book. And then we have a document to hand to my daughter to say, look, this is how I became the person that I am. This is my journey. You can read it. You can give it to your daughter. And if I never meet my daughter's children, they're going to have a book about me, my journey. I thought that was beautiful. And Leanne said, yeah, sure, let's do that. And then I thought about it and I thought, hold on a minute. I'm doing this journey with 11 American sisters, 11 American black sisters. And I'm really going to enjoy that. But then I thought, hold on, what about my UK sisters here? They need this as well. So that's where the Nubian Sisters Rising came from. And they are going to be doing a book for that journey. The Soul Sisters Rising is not going to be the same price, obviously, because there's no book yet. That will be another time. So that's the only difference. One has a book and one doesn't. And then we come to September and we're going to have the Soul Sisters Rising retreat. Open to anybody, open to any one of my lovely, beautiful sisters. Amazing stuff lined up for that. I just got a text from Yolandi Bischoff, who's going to be there doing meditation. She's going to be doing a soul sacred quest. She's awesome. I've got a one-to-one reading with her in June, and I'm really excited because I've heard amazing things about this woman, and you're going to get an opportunity to spend an afternoon with her. And in that retreat, we're also going to have a cacao ceremony. Have you had one of those before? Oh my God, they're wow. They're wow. You're going to go to bed like this. Oh, you're going to just go to sleep so nicely. And then we've got Claudia. Claudia is a member of our group here. And she on Saturday night is going to be doing the chakra dancing. We are going to shake out. We are going to, I spoke to the lady Jane. She's a new client. She's just come on board. And I told her about the chakra dancing. She said, I can't dance disco, but I'm a wicked shamanic dancer. I love that. So we're going to have that on this Saturday night. So that's the retreat that's coming. I haven't put anything out about it yet because I'm dealing with the sister circles. Okay. I'm doing a lot of things. I like that. It gives me joy. So any one of these things you're going, wow, that sounds really good. I want to know about that. You can just DM me. You know where I am. Put it in the group. You know where I am. And also in September, I'm going to be delivering the Awakened Sisters. There's actually going to be two. There's the Awakened Sisters for the 11 to 15-year-olds, and then there's going to be the Awakened Woman, which is the 17 to 25-year-olds. Because we all need this. We all need this. And if you are looking now and listening and thinking, wow, gosh, you know what? I really wish there'd been something like this for me when I was younger. And think about your daughters. What a beautiful legacy that you could give them. What a beautiful induction into the real world of how they choose to be in it. It's going to be amazing. I'm just so excited. So there are all the offerings that I have for you for the rest of this year. And they are bountiful and they are full. And I am working full. I'm working fully every day and every night to make this happen. You are not abandoned. You are not thought about. You are not loved. Everything that I am doing is about you. Everything. So I did get upset today because someone thought, you've just abandoned us. No, I haven't abandoned you. You are 100% in my mind, and everything else is going out the window for me to be able to fulfill this commitment to the women that have come here, that have bravely come here, and that constantly give of themselves, and that constantly say, I want more and I want to be better. And that's why I'm here. Last thing. Wow, this has been emotional. Last thing is the Sistership Circle Day. I'm going to read some comments in a minute, but I'm just trying to stay focused because I want to get all this information out. The Sistership Circle Day is on June the 13th. If you've been listening and you've been thinking to yourself, do you know what? I really love the sound of Sister Circle. How freeing would it be to speak my truth, to resolve my childhood days, to resolve those days at school when I never quite got it right, that I can go back with my sisters and I can do this. And the music that you hear is just awesome. It's just such a soul nurturing experience. Honestly, it really is. If you're thinking, I like the sound of it, but I don't know if I want to jump straight in, I want to test the water, come to the Sistership Circle Day, June the 13th. It's £33. That's your investment. It's for 2 hours and you get the experience of being held, loved, nurtured and freed in our Sistership Circle. You've seen me posting posts. I think I put the last one up. There's 3 places left. If there are enough takers and you are excited about this, of course, I'll do another Tastership Day. If that's what you need for you to be able to say yes to you, I'll do that. You just need to say it. That's all. So there are 3 places left. I don't want anybody to miss out on this. So don't think, oh, I'll wait and wait and wait, and then it goes. Because if you're the 4th person, you're going to miss out. Because I'm not going to do a whole Sistership Circle Day for 1 person. If there are 13 people, I'm going to do another Sistership Day. And those 3 people will go on this day. Whatever way we're going to do it. Sorry, isn't that embarrassing? Can you hear my ringtone? It's Woody Woodpecker. Oh, God, it's so embarrassing. No, it's not. It's me. Yeah, so that's everything I have for this evening. Let me just have a quick look at your lovely comments. Oh, I love this. Evening's blessings. Good evening, Kim. We need to speak. Come on, let's get some of those. I'd love to be able to offer scholarships to those that weren't so affluent, and that's where me and Kim are going to be working together. Let's get on that. Ruby Brown is just awesome. Ruby Brown she is the creatress. She is going to be speaking to you in your words, that she's going to lull you in a lullaby to be able to say yes to this journey to you. She is an awesome creatress. If you have a business and you need any copywriting done with a sensitive heart and really tuned in, Ruby Brown, look, in this circle, in this group, we are a circle, right? We have amazing women. You never need to go anywhere else outside of this group. If you want security, if you want trust, if you want honesty and integrity, they're here. Just DM, just put a message in a group and say, anybody do this? You'll find them. There's amazing women here, absolutely amazing. I don't see enough of that in this group. I don't see enough of you ladies talking to each other and asking for support from each other. That's why we're here. That's why we're private. So that no one needs to know what you need. If you've got a business, no one needs to know that you need a landing page or a copyright. No one needs to know that. Here, this group, it's the nurture group. This is about us. We need to support each other, right? So Ruby Brown's your lady. Ruby Rocks Copy. Ruby Rocks Copy. That's what we were calling Ruby. Ruby Rocks Copy. She's here. There are so many awesome. You've got Farida Umar. She does beautiful skin tropics. Actually, I'm going to check some of that out because it's supposed to be really good stuff. In fact, why don't you go back in the group and introduce yourself and say, look, this is me. This is what I do. Let people know. Leanne, she's not here this evening, does amazing makeup videos. Put who you are. Connect with this group. Become part of this group. Connect with it. Otherwise, why are you here? Why? And that's not said in a telling off way. That's said in a, come on, give to yourself. Maximize your opportunities. You've got a captive audience. Use it. So that is really all I had to say this evening. I hope that I've really given you a clear understanding of my thinking, of my journey that I'm offering you. And I hope I've been really, really clear about that. If you have any questions, just DM me. I am so approachable. I spend far too much time on the phone when I should be doing my work. But why? It's what gives me joy. It's what gives me joy. If I can make someone's day and tell them something that will make them think and do something differently, I'm going to do that every time. But there are plenty of other ladies in this group that can do the same for you as well. So use the group for what it's for. Get ready to rise. Rise with your sisters. And I will see you. It's Wednesday. I was usually going to do a video every Thursday, so it's Thursday tomorrow, a bit close. But I'll definitely see you every day next week because, Anne-Marie, you said that a bit loud. Maybe every day. But you'll see me a lot next week because it's the week before our launch of Get Ready to Rise. And I'm so excited. So love to you all. Have a lovely evening. Look, it's still light. Isn't it lovely? Go out for a lovely evening walk. Smell the evening. Enjoy the sunset. It's a super moon. So be super women. Women of wisdom. Take these opportunities because you're here for a reason. No one made you come here. You came here. Your higher self knew that there was something here that you wanted. Tune into it. Tap into it. And I will see you very, very soon. So much love. Bye-bye. What's happened to me, Doobie? What's it? Ruby said she's going to pop into the group and she's going to do a proper intro. Have we got anybody else here? We've all done. We're all good. Thank you very much. Kimmy, going to speak to you soon. Sarah Jane, lovely to see you here, my darling. I really hope, come on the SisterShip Circle Day. Have a little taste and why not? And I'll see you all soon. Ciao for now.